Yes, students, can you see the screen, all of you all being shared? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, statistics starts with this one. Okay, data, frequency. You all should go through all this, students. Data, frequency. We'll revise it later. Already done. Inclusive, exclusive. Any one question, they'll ask for 1 mark. Graphical representation. Then they'll just give data. Look here, histogram. All of you remember histogram? How to draw histogram? Look at the first question. Just go through the example questions. In the textbook, go through the example questions. Histogram. Continuous, and there are two types of value. One is continuous, the other one is discontinuous. What type of question is this? Example 1. Continuous. It is continuous. So I'll just explain using this. This is 1 centimeter graph. How many centimeter is this? This graph is 1 centimeter. But the scale which graph do we use, students? Which graph do we use? So you have to centimeter. Remember that instead of 1 centimeter here, write 2 centimeter is equals to 10 years. That one point I missed out. Okay, because in board exam we use 2 centimeter graph. Right, 2 centimeter is equals to 10 patients. Good evening, Naomi. Just a minute. Yes, Naomi, no class. Okay. Look at this, students. We use 2 centimeter graph. Okay. So what is the scale you have to write? Look at the first question. Data. After this, I'll mark around 4 or 5 questions. You'll try to do those 2 questions. For histogram, x value, students, x and y. I mean not x and y. That is for mean, right? When you're plotting graph, we need two values. We need class interval. We don't need class marks. We need class interval. So first one, age is given. Age 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Write it like this. Next, 2, 9, 23, 36, 45, 8. For histogram, we don't take any extra values to it. It's a very simple graph. Then in x-axis, when you write the scale in x-axis, take 2 centimeter. You should write 2 centimeter is equals to 10 years because we are using a 2 centimeter graph. Then construct a graph like this. Start 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. It should be continuous. This is histogram. What about the next question? Is it continuous or discontinuous, students? Next one. Okay, for discontinuous, what do we do? Just sub 0.5. 34.5 to 39 point. Then copy this 39.5 to next 44.5. Next, what do we have? 44.5. Yeah, and you should write this, students. Remember, write this adjustment factor. So there's no time to practice textbook question. Don't waste your time practicing that. If you have done the notes, I've covered all the questions. Go through the notes and go through the textbook questions. Worked out example. Look here. Can you see the table what they've written? The table which I explained now, 34 to 35, right? And you're supposed to take this in the x-axis. Always the first one x-axis, second one y-axis. 34.5. Okay, now what's the difference between 34.5 and 39.5, students? What is the difference? What's the difference we get? Is it 5 for all the values? The difference is 5, right? But what is the difference between 0 and 34.5? Isn't it too much? Difference is great, right? Yes. So can you see two lines are being drawn? Draw that line or draw the zigzag line when this is fine. Look at the diagram which I'm explaining. Okay, left hand side, right hand side. Take the values and complete it. This is frequency distribution. I mean histogram graph. Histogram. Okay, while drawing a graph, how many values are required, students? One value or two value? How many values are required for graph? We always need class interval question. What about frequency polygon? All of you remember frequency polygon question? Look at the frequency polygon, fourth one. For frequency polygon, we need a middle value, students. Along with whatever they have given, we also need a class marks. Now, I'll teach how to find class marks. Look here. 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. And the last value is 35 to 40. Remember, for frequency polygon, we need one extra value. What is the difference? N should be 0 and here it should be minus. And last one, after 35 to 40, you have 40 to 45. Along with this, we need even class marks. Class marks is nothing but what is the difference between 0 and 5, students? Subtract 5 minus 0 divided by 2. How much do you get? Add 2.5 with all the values. Add 2.5. Minus 5 becomes minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. Then you get 2.5. 5 plus 2.5 is 10.5. In the last, what do you get? 40.5. Can you see the middle table? Right? So this x-axis, draw it to x-axis, number of frequency y-axis. For histogram, frequency polygon, we don't use cumulative frequency. Remember that. Draw these two in the x-axis, y-axis, and for plotting, we need the middle one, students. For cumulative frequency, we need the middle one. Look at the graph. So this is the graph. 0, 5, minus 5 lies on the outer side. 5, 10, 15, 20, all these values. This is how we draw frequency polygon. And for frequency polygon, what are the values we need? See, x-axis, it's the same, students. X-axis, you'll draw the same. But for plotting the graph, what are the values we need? Unmute and respond. 0.25 comma 0. Next. What is the next one we need? 2.5, 10. Next one, you need 5 comma 16. And it goes on. Can you see the value what they've taken? 2.5 comma 10. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, they've marked, right? So even you all write it like that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And look at the scale. They've written 1 centimeter, student. This is a blue graph. Instead of scale, use 2 centimeters here. 2 centimeter is equals to rupees and this. When it comes to frequency polygon, same concept. Together, construct it together. Okay, this was histogram and frequency polygon. Any doubts in this? Any doubts how to solve? Fine. Usually, how many values here? This is the one which I wanted to solve. Look at the 11th question, students. How many values are given in the 11th question? Any class interval given? 11th question. 11th is important. Oh, what is this ogive graph? Okay, ogive graph. Next, ogive graph. We need to start ogive. So histogram frequency polygon is done. Next, we'll construct one ogive graph here. And for ogive graph, what is required, students? Frequency or cumulative frequency? Yes, we need cumulative frequency. Very good. All of you have graph sheet with you all? You have graph? Okay. Take a graph sheet, students. We'll solve two or three questions. Okay, for histogram, how many histogram questions are there? 10, 11, 12, 13, right? See, for the 10th one, what are the values to? Firstly, it has to be continuous. All the graphs should have continuous value. Is it continuous? Respond. Continuous, right? 11th question. Asking about the 11th one. Okay, for histogram, we need, for ogive graph, we need cumulative frequency. Ogive, cumulative frequency. Okay, look at the 11th one, students. 400 and 450 is given, right? At 400, 450. Tell me the cumulative frequency. First, you have to arrange them in ascending order. Look at the x value. All the x values, are they arranged in ascending order? 400, 450. Arrange. It is already in ascending order. 500. 500 to 550. 550 to 600. 650 to 700. 700 to 750. Tell me the cumulative frequency, students. I just need cumulative frequency. The first one will remain as it is. Second one, okay, let me write 500. 500 to 550 is 40. 550 to 600 is 32. 600 to 650. Okay, what is 600 to 650? We have 18, 87. Now, cumulative frequency, all of you all tell me the cumulative frequency, students. 16, 16 plus 25. Next. Very good. Respond. 131, 158, 160. Is it correct? All of you got the same value, 167, 16, 41, 81, 81, 110, 113, 113 plus 12, 131, 131, 158. Good. 158 and 167. Now for ogive graph, we need only two things, students. What are those two things we need? Upper limit plus cumulative frequency. Not plus, upper limit, comma, cumulative frequency. All of you will make a note. In your notes, just make a note like this, students. Ogive graph. Upper limit, comma, cumulative frequency. We need upper limit, comma, cumulative frequency. What are the values, students? Tell me all the values. 450, comma, 60. Next, 500, comma, 41. This is how we have to take. Just plot one graph. Or you don't plot, you just listen. I'll plot, I'll tell you which one. Next exercise, you all can do it. Last exercise. 0 is given. 0. Next, we have 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650, 4, 5, 450, 5, 550, 6, 650, 700, up to 750, students. If it is not sufficient, start from the first line. Look at the first line. Okay, if the values are not sufficient, start from the first line. And what is given here? Class interval frequency is given. So this is class interval. Now tell me frequency. What is the lowest value we have, students? Respond. All of you will respond. This is X and this is Y. What is the lowest value we have? 16. Highest value? Highest? 167. What value will you take? Which time table shall we take? Shall we take 20 times table? Right? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180. Is it clear, students? Did you all understand? Now tell me the first value. What is the first value? And before that, we need to write the scale. All of you tell me the scale. X-axis is equals to x-axis. What did we take? 2 centimeter is equals to how much? 50. If no, nothing is given, you have to write 50 units, right? 50 units. Y-axis 2 centimeter is equal to 20 units. Is it clear? All of you understand? X-axis, Y-axis is done. Next. I'll erase it, students. I won't have space, so I'm going to erase it. Next one, calculation part. What's the first one we need? 450 comma 16. See, 450, we know 450, right? All of you will respond. 450 we have a 450 line, x-axis, but y-axis we need 16, students. How do you plot 16? Let me teach you y-axis calculation once again. All of you will respond. What is y-axis? One box is made up of how many lines, students, in y-axis? 10 lines is equal to how many we have taken? 20. One line is equals to divide. 20 divided by 10. One line is equals to how many values? Now let us keep this 2 as it is. For all the question, do the same calculation 2. We'll keep this 2 as it is. We need 16, students. 16. Take 20 divided by, sorry, 16. Take the 16 divided by 2. How many lines? 16 divided by 2 is 8 lines. So from 450, how many lines I have to count? 8 lines. Is this clear? All of you understood? Next, 41, students. How do you write 41? Do we have 40 in the graph? So we should write 40 plus 1. How do you get 41? 41 plus 1, right? This 1 you have to divide by how much? 1 you have to divide by. Don't take 41 and divide by 2. This is wrong. So up to 40, you'll write 40, students. Up to 40, you'll mark. What is 1 by 2? You get 0.5. So after 40, how many extra lines you have to mark? 0.5. After 40, 0.5. This is the value. Don't write. Don't write. Next, tell me 81. How do you get 81, students? 80 plus 2. So you get 80 plus 1 line or 0.5 line. After 80, look at 550. In 550, I'm going to plot 80 plus not 1 line. In between 80 and first line. In between, you all should plot. Next, tell me 113. Closest value to 113 is what? 100 or 110? What is given in the graph? Y-axis. No, 100 and 120, right? Where does 110 lie? In between. So 113, can I write 110 plus 3? This 3 I have to divide by. So after 110, how many extra lines, students? How many extra lines? 1.5. Is this calculation clear to all? Okay, let me erase it. 110 plus 1.5, students. This is the most important part. And you have reverse question. I'll tell you what that is. 600. For 600, 113. Look, after 110, I'm going to plot 1.5 lines. Yellow line. Next, how do I split 131, students? 130 plus, yes, that is 0.5, right? After 130, 130, 0.5 line. Not one extra line, 0.5. Next, tell me 158. Let me see how many of you can answer. How do we plot 158, students? 8 divided by 2, right? How much is 8 divided by 2? 4. After 154. 150 lies in between 140 and 160, the middle line. After that, take 4 lines, students. Take 4 lines. Then we have 167. After 160, take 3.5 lines. 7 is nothing but 3.5 here, somewhere here. That's it. And one more thing, your starting point should be in the 400 value. Wherever 400 is given, this is where you have to start. Look at the starting point. You're connected. Don't use scale like this. Okay, once you complete, write all the values, students. What are the values we have taken? Can all of you respond? First value is 450, comma 15. Second one, okay, write it like this. One left hand side, one right hand side. It will look neat. Next, 550, comma 81. And after that we have 600, comma 113. And next we have 650, comma 131. 700, comma 158. And last we have 750, comma 167. This is algebra. Only if you know how to draw algebra, you'll be able to solve the next exercise. The next third chapter, mean and median concept. That's it. So first exercise, histogram, frequency polygon, algebra. Any doubts in this? Any doubts in algebra, student? Okay, I've constructed one. I'll tell you what to do. Don't copy this. Don't do this. I'll just quickly explain different types of question. Now, algebra is just a method, students. Histogram, frequency polygon, algebra are method. Different method. Like example, substitution, elimination, cross multiplication. We have three methods. But different types of questions. Now let me teach different types of question. First step, you'll get continuous value. Second type of question, look at the 12th and the 13th one. Is it continuous or discontinuous? 12th and 13th. Respond all of you. 12 and 13. Discontinuous. How will you make it continuous for the 12th one? 9.5 to 19.5. This is what you have to take. Is it clear? Next, you have to write 19.5 to what do you get? 29.5. Right? And to plot OJ graph, we need upper limit. You have to take 19.5, comma 21. Then you take 29.5, comma. When you add those things, you'll get 36. Take these lines and plot OJ graph. I'm talking about the 12th question. 12th and 13 is the same, students, discontinuous. Then you have the third type of question, that is the 11th one. See, in 11th one, the tricky part here is less than 10 is given, students. How do you take less than 10? Respond. Less than 10 meaning is you have to take from 0 to 10. And this you have to make it continuous. Less than 20 meaning is 20 to 10 to 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Here the tricky part is whenever you get question like this, student, just write it in your notes or write it in this textbook here. Whenever this is given, number of students, can you see 8, 23, 43? What is cumulative frequency? I'll tell you how to remember that. Is cumulative frequency increasing or decreasing? Is it decreasing like this or just keep on increasing? It keeps on increasing, right? So any value which keeps on increasing, that is known as cumulative frequency. Any value which keeps on increasing. Look at the values here. Are they increasing, decreasing, or always all the values are increasing? So in this type of question, whatever is given, this is cumulative frequency. 23, 43, 50 and 64. Is it clear, students? All of you understood this concept? That is the difference. The concept of cumulative frequencies, it keeps on increasing. It will never fluctuate. Cumulative frequency will never fluctuate. It won't have up and down values. Okay. So you don't have to find cumulative frequency for this. Remember, if you find cumulative frequency wrong, whatever they have given, that is cumulative frequency. Okay. So what are the values will you take to plot the graph? Tell me the values. What will you all take? 10. Upper limit is 10, comma 8. Very good. Next. 23. 30, comma 43. 40, comma 50. That's it. Remember this concept. It is very simple to identify. Values are always increasing. That is cumulative frequency. Frequency values will fluctuate up and down. Cumulative frequency always increasing. It will never decrease. So these are the three types of question: 10, 11, 12, 13. Done. Any doubts? Response, students. Now look at this. I'll show one example here. Can you see the same question what I told? Less than 60? Response students, can you see? Less than 60 marks obtained. Where is that question? This question. Less than 60, less than 70. So you're supposed to take what is less than 60? You should start from 0 or what is less? You should never start from 0, students. You should never start from 0. I'll tell you the logic here. Remember this. 60 to 70. What is the difference? 60 to 70? 10. What is the difference between 70 to 80? Respond all of you all. 70 to 80 is 10. 80 to 90 we have 10. So before 60 what should be there? 0 or 50? The difference should be only 10. It should be 50. Look, the question which was given in textbook I started from 0, students. The reason was, can you see less than 10? What is less than 10 and 20? What is the difference? 10. 20 to 30, what's the difference? 10. So definitely before 10, what should we write? Before 10, it should be 0. But here it is not like that. Here, look at the way they have given. Is this concept clear? All of you understood? These are the different types of questions, students. This can be applicable to anything. You can get histogram, frequency, but the questions are like this. And look at this. This is cumulative frequency. You don't have to find the cumulative. 3, 12, 28, 35, 40 values are increasing. Can you see the way they have plotted? Example question 3, 12, 28, 35, 40. Response students, have they found any cumulative frequency? No. No, they have not found any cumulative frequency. Then 120, okay, continuous, discontinuous. Just go through the textbook. 4 or 5 questions, practice that. Use a graph and practice that. First exercise. Okay, now second exercise is all about median concept. Second exercise. Now, one more thing I want to tell. Less than 40. I'll write LT students, less than 80 or less than 60. Less than 80. Less than 100. Less than 40, you get 10. Less than 60, 15. 18, 23. Yes, Mariana, why are you late? Why we joined late? Oh. If you want continue, no, 5:30 we started the class. All the basics are done. I'll upload the recording. Will you go through later? Now you won't understand, Mariana. Again from the beginning, you'll get confused. Okay, you can leave. And tomorrow's class, I'll tell you the timing. You can leave now. I'll upload the recording. Go through the class later. Okay, fine. Or you want to continue? Then continue. It is your wish. If you want, you continue and go through the recording later. Now look at this, students. Less than 40 is given. Less than 60, less than 80, less than 100. What is the difference between 40 and 60? Respond. What's the difference? 20. What is the difference between 60 and 80? Everything it is 20. So what should be the value before 30? Before 40? Should it be 20 or 30? Very good. So what are the values you have to take? 20, 20 to 40. 40 to 60. 80, 80 to 100. And what about these values? Are they increasing, decreasing, or all the values are increasing? So this is cumulative frequency. Whenever less than value is given, the next one is always cumulative frequency. Is it clear? Response students, did you all understand? Now here the tricky part is, for OJF graph, we don't need to convert. For OJF graph, this is enough. But what about histogram and frequency? Do we need frequency or cumulative frequency for histogram and frequency polygon? Respond. For histogram and frequency polygon students, I want all of you to respond. Do we need frequency or cumulative frequency? We need frequency, right? Have you seen histogram and frequency polygon? Whenever we plot, the values will keep on increasing and decreasing. So which value will keep increasing and fluctuating, students? Frequency or cumulative frequency? Yes. Remember this concept. So don't memorize frequency. Look at all the histogram and frequency graph. Look at this. The values are increasing or fluctuating here. Look, it increases and after a certain point it decreases, right? Response, students. Can you see the values? 520, after that it is decreasing, increasing, decreasing. What about your frequency? Sometimes it is increasing. After 50, can you see after 50 we have 30, then again 16, 12, it is decreasing, right? So make a note of this. For histogram and cumulative frequency, for histogram and polygon, frequency polygon, yeah. Tell me, students, for histogram and frequency polygon, what do we need? Frequency or cumulative frequency? We need. So if you want to convert from cumulative frequency to frequency, number of words are increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. So you have to add or subtract. So keep 10 as it is. For subtraction, subtract this. What is 10 minus 15? 5. Subtract this. What is 18 minus 5? 3. Subtract 23 and 15. You get 5. Is this concept clear? All of you understood? Okay. Then from frequency to cumulative frequency, students, once again, values are increasing. The words are increasing or decreasing? So we need to add. Keep 10 as it is. Add 10 plus 5. 15 plus 3, 18. 18 plus 5. This is the concept. Can you see for cumulative frequency, always the graph will increase, keeps on increasing. What about frequency? It can increase and decrease. So hereafter, I won't be teaching increasing, decreasing, all these things, students. If I tell you histogram and frequency, you should remember it is always cumulative frequency. I mean frequency graph. Make a note. Histogram, frequency polygon. Histogram, frequency polygon. We always take frequency. Even for mean we take frequency. Remember this. Make a note. For frequency, the values will keep increasing and decreasing. Even if cumulative frequency, check the values, students. If it is always increasing, it is cumulative frequency. Try to convert it. Next, ogive graph, ogive, median. Median we need to write ascending order. Once you arrange in ascending order, you need cumulative frequency. For this, we need CF, cumulative frequency. Is this clear? All of you understood the concept now? Okay, what are the 3 types of graphs, students? Tell me the 3 types of graphs we have. Histogram, frequency polygon, ogive. Okay, ogive graph. Next, what are the different types of methods we have? Median, mean, median and mode. See, I'll tell you, statistics in textbook, they've divided into 3 parts. Okay, in order to study, they've split into 3 parts, students. But this is one entire concept. When you talk about statistics, you should always remember histogram, frequency polygon, ogive. Before this, we have bar graph. Only till 8th you'll add this, 8th and 9th, 18th. Ignore bar graph. 11th and 12th, there are chances. If you have statistic, the same thing will get repeated. Bar graph, histogram, frequency polygon, ogive. When it comes to ogive graph, what's the other name for ogive graph, students? Other name for ogive graph is cumulative frequency graph. Remember, ogive graph will keep on increasing. The values will keep increasing. Histogram and frequency, it will keep increasing and decreasing, fluctuating. Next, when it comes to mean median mode, we have two types of question here. One, formula based. Graph is not required, formula based. We use all three formulas. Next, third part is the third type of question, histogram, frequency polygon ogive graph, along with mean, median, and mode. So one formula based, one more is graph based. According to graph, you need to solve. This is the entire statistics concept. So now we have done histogram, frequency, polygon, ogive graph is done. I'll just tell you all mean, median, mode formula. You all revise it. I'll tell you what to study, you all revise that. Okay, graph we'll discuss. Is it clear? All of you will have an idea what statistics is all about now? Now understood? We have done all the concepts, students. Only thing, graph might be a bit confusing, this part, where you apply mean, median, mode. Another 1 or 2 weeks, we keep practicing, even that you will understand, graph part. If you want, make a note of this, students. Just make a note of this. Histogram, frequency polygon, ogive graph. Ogive is also known as cumulative frequency. Then we have three parts, mean, median, mode. So mean, median, mode, two types. Formula. Last part is mean, median, mode along with histogram, frequency, ogive graph. These are types of graphs. Second one, types of method. And in types of question, you have continuous value, discontinuous, and that less than, which I explained, less than 20, less than 30, this pattern. Types of x values. X value, you get these three types of question for x. X value, we call x value for graph or class interval. Class interval. So for class interval, you have these types of question. Continuous, discontinuous, less than 20, less than 30, those type of questions. Up to 6:45 or 6:50, 6:45 I'll conduct today. Is it clear? All of you understood? X value. Y value is this, students. Y value depends on frequency, cumulative frequency. You have only two types of Y value. Remember, Y value is always frequency, cumulative frequency. X value is continuous, discontinuous, less than, greater than. Next, for graph, we always need class interval for graph. What do you mean by class interval? 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400. This is known as class interval. Okay, class interval. What do you mean by class mark, students? Class marks is, do we have upper limit, lower limit, or we have a single value for class marks? Respond. I need you all to respond. Interval meaning is you need upper limit, lower limit. What about class mark? Need the middle value. Remember the difference between class interval and class marks. Class marks meaning the middle value. How do you calculate middle value, students? Subtract both. 200 minus 100 divided by 2. What is 200 minus 100? 100 divided by 2 is 50. What do you do with this 50, students? What do we do with 50? You're supposed to add with all the values. What do you get? 150 Be quick. All of you will respond. 150, 250, 350 and 450. Is this clear? All of you all understood? Class interval, class marks. Okay, take break. We'll continue at 6:25. Okay, students, shall we continue? All of you will respond. Fine. I think only formulas. Tomorrow we'll solve the graph question. And Monday too, I'll take two classes. Monday we'll solve any one test paper, 2025 test paper on Monday. Okay. Now one more thing. For graph, what kind of x-axis we need, students? Class marks or class interval for graph? Respond all of you all. We need class interval. And for this one, just mean, median and mode for calculation. Class marks. Okay. Now once again, we'll just quickly revise this and go to next part. 3. It should be continuous. 3, 7, 7, 11, 11, 15, 15, 19. How do you convert into class marks, students? All of you will respond. For class marks, we need only one value. So 7 minus, what is 7 minus 3? 2. So for class marks, formulas, we just need class marks, students. 2. For formula, class marks is for formula and frequency polygon. Even for frequency polygon, we use the middle one. Next, take 2 and add with all the values. 2 plus 3, 5. Yes. Tell me, 5. 5 next. 9, 13, 7. Okay, next. What if they give you a single value, students? They'll just give class marks and tell you to plot Ogive graph. It is not possible. They'll give you like this and tell you to plot the graph. Use the same formula. We don't have two values. Instead of take these two values, subtract, what do we get? 9 minus 5 is? How much is 9 minus 5? Convert into class interval. We'll try to convert this class marks into class interval. Use this formula. Don't use textbook formula. What is 9 minus 5? 4 divided by 2 is 2. Take this 2, subtract 2 here, add 2. What is 5 minus 2? 3. 5 plus 2 is 7. Use 2. What is 9 minus 2? 7. 9 plus 2? Be quick. 11. Next. 11 and 15. Tell me the last one. Tell me the last one, students. 17 minus 2 is? 17 plus 2? 9. Does the value match? That's it. This is how you convert it. So these are the two most important conversion, students. When you take conversion, there are only two types. Graph is 3 types. Mean, median, mode 3 types. Conversion is 2 types. This is one conversion. The next conversion is frequency to cumulative frequency, which we have already done, and cumulative frequency to frequency. If number of words increase, add. If it is decreasing, subtract. Is it clear? All of you understood? Any doubts? Okay, now mean, students. Let us come to calculation part, not the graph part, calculation. In calculation, we have 3 types: mean, median, and mode. First, mean. Tell me what are the types of calculation we have in mean, students. What are the type of calculation we have? Direct method, then assume mean method, and step deviation. These are the 3 methods. Even this, go through the textbook, students. According in the textbook, you will solve. I'll tell what are the. I'll just discuss using textbook. Example question. Just go through the worked out example. Look at direct method. You have a formula, right? Direct method, indirect. Now, for direct method, what is the formula, students? Mean is equals to, very good. So xi fi. Xi is, I told you all, what do we need here for the calculation? Class marks or class interval? Class marks, only one single value. That is xi value. Next, fi. You'll get xi fi. If class marks is given, class interval is given, convert it. Class interval will be given, convert it. Just now I showed you an example. So for calculation, we need only one value. Now xi fi will be given. Mean value. Mean is equals to summation of xi fi divided by summation of fi. Tell me direct method, students. How do you solve using, sorry, assume mean method? What is the formula for assumed mean method? Respond all of you all. A plus summation of fi di. You need a new column. Very good. You need a new column di divided by summation of fi. What is di formula? Xi minus a. Whether it is A or C, from where you have to assume? You have to always assume in the X column, Xi column. Okay. Don't take it from fi, students. I've seen many students doing this mistake. Even the 9th standard students are doing the same mistake. You should never assume from fi. Fi is the number of times value is repeating. Why do we want to take when values are repeating? The value should be constant. Whichever that is the logic. Whichever value is constant, you have to take A. Fi is the frequency, number of time xi is repeating. You need not take that. Now, example 5, 10, 15, 20 is given. There are two values in between, or let me take 25. How many? Which is middle value now? 15. So A is equals to what? 15. Tell me xi minus A, students. What is xi minus A? First, you have to take 5. 5 minus 15. What's the answer? Minus 3. Wherever we take assumed value, it is definitely 0. Above that, it is negative value. Below that, it is positive. Tell me the next one. 15 minus 10 is? How much is 15 minus 10, students? Sorry, this was supposed to be minus 10. Minus 2. How much is 15 minus 10? 5. So it is minus 5. Here it should be plus 5 and plus 10. Then summation of fi di. Multiply fi di, fourth column. That will be the fourth column. Is it clear? All of you understood? Okay, what is the difference between this and step deviation, students? For step deviation, what's the formula we use? Wait, let me write it. This is assumed mean method. I'll tell you what to practice in textbook. Today I'll practice that. Tomorrow we'll solve questions. Next, for assumed mean method, for step deviation, mean is equals to, tell me mean formula, students. A plus remains as it is. Summation of fi ui, right? Summation of fi ui divided by summation of fi into what you have to multiply? Into t. T or h. What is c value, students? C value is the difference between the class marks. Difference between each class marks. What is the difference? 10 minus 5? 5. Is the difference same for all the values? You take even 25 and 20, student. What is the difference between 25 and 20? 5. Okay. Now, this is the formula. We need ui. I don't need di. We need ui. Can you tell me ui formula for step deviation? What is ui? Respond. Is Cherisha there online? Joanna, Cherisha, you're concentrating? See, from next time, try to do it properly, students. Even in test, you're making mistake. I think this is 4th or 5th time we are practicing all this. Okay, not once. If you see overall, I would have spent at least more than 1 month for just revision. Weekly once I make you all revise. Okay. So I don't just teach once. We keep on revising. The more you revise, the more you'll remember the concept. If not, by board exam, by the time you write board exam, you'll just forget everything. Okay, next. What is ui value? Tell me ui. Same. Xi minus a. That's the only thing is c. You can take c or h. Just naming is anything, student. You can name it anything. C and H. Some textbook they give C, some textbook they give H. These are the three types of method for me. Is this clear? All of you understood? Yes. Look at number 417. This is chapter 25, I guess. Chapter 25, students. 24 was what I explained before break. This is 25. Okay. In 25, go through all the worked out example. Solve any one or two question. Just sit and read. Read at least what they have done. Xi, Fi, summation of Xi, Fi. Look at the calculation part. Then one more question. B will be missing. In any one value, unknown variable will be missing. They'll give mean value. Look at example 5. Go through example 5. Then step deviation. Look at step deviation. Okay. In step deviation, you have a question. Assume mean method, you have a question. Next. Can you see less than question? What did I tell you all, student? Whenever less than question is given, what value is that? Frequency or cumulative frequency? Respond. All of you respond. Whenever less than question is given, is it frequency or cumulative frequency? This one. Is it increasing or fluctuating values? Yes. Is it increasing or fluctuating? All the values are increasing, right? 7, 21, 52, 79, it keeps on increasing. So what did I tell you all? For mean, median, for mean we need frequency or cumulative frequency? We need frequency. Look, that is what they have done. Class interval, they have taken 0 to 50. Go through this, 13th one. They haven't asked in board exam, but there are chances, students. Board exam will not be the same every year. It might be less easier this year, easier than last year, or it can be tougher than the last year. Right? So board exam you can't predict. Mostly next year it can be the toughest paper. This is the toughest question you'll have. Maximum only this question. And that is not that tough. It is very easy. Less than 50 and 100 is given. What is the difference between 50 and 100? For everything the difference is 50. So that's why they started from 0, students. 0. Next. Class marks is they have found the class marks. Class marks. For this one, what do you need for mean? Do we need this value or class marks? How do you calculate class marks? 50 minus 0 divided by 2. That is 25. This 25, can you see they've added with all the values? Fine. So even if you're not practicing all the question, make sure at least this one question, student. This one question has all the concept. 13th question. It has all the concept. Next. That question is done. Class marks is done. Whatever they've given, this is what I told you. Cumulative frequency. We don't need cumulative frequency, convert into frequency. What have they done? Add or subtracted? 7. How did you get 14 students? 21 minus 7 is 14. How do you get 31? No, 52 minus 21 is 31. 79 minus 29 is, 79 minus 52 is 27. Understood all of you? Then we need these two things, students. We need only class marks, CI and cumulative frequency. Look, I'm going to mark what we need for calculation. These two. These two are not required. UI calculation. So this is step deviation. Find the mean of the bulb using, okay, they've used step deviation. Can you see UI is given? Xi minus A divided by C. Where have they taken A value, students? A value, can you see they've taken from class marks, 125. And what is C value? How do you calculate C value? Take any two values from Xi. What is 75 minus 25? How much is 75 minus 25? Isn't it 50? Yeah, that is what they've used here. Look here. C value is 50. Tomorrow, first half an hour, I'll explain median and mode formulas. Then we'll solve graph, students. Fine. So I don't want to rush up. We'll do it slowly, but you should understand all the concept. You'll get at least 12, minimum 12 marks in statistics. Minimum 12, maximum they've given up to 15. That is chapter 24, 25, 26. All three put together. No, minimum 10 marks. Minimum 10, maximum up to 15. It has gone up to 15. So this is almost studying 3 to 4 chapters together. Statistics, one entire concept is like studying 3 to 4 chapters together. Step deviation is done. Any doubts so far? Will you all practice the 13th one, all of you all? First time, go through, students. Go through, I've explained. Second time, just copy the question without looking the answer. Just practice this one question, you will be thorough in mean chapter. This is step deviation. Okay, and I've explained the logic, right? Why we need class interval, class marks, when to take cumulative, when to take frequency. Right? All this I've explained. Just practice 13, you will be able to solve other questions in mean. Okay, what does this chapter have? Just mean. 25 is all about mean, students. Mean, direct method, step deviation, shortcut method. See, these are the formulas. I mean, syllabus, board exam syllabus. I've explained everything. Right? So along with that, another 2 minutes will end the class. Look, from 1, this 6th, 7th question, just skip all those students. Is any date mentioned here? Respond, any date mentioned? No. Still, I made you all solve. In the first unit test or first midterm, I made you all solve everything. Don't waste your time. If you have notes, just go through. Don't practice anything. Look at date, where they mentioned. Can you see 2018 and 8? What type of question they have given? Response, students. 2018. Can you see 19th question? 19. 2008. 2023. They have given one question. Shortcut method. See here. 2023. 18th question. 20th question. 23rd question. Step deviation. 26th question. Fine. So I want you all to practice 13th question, and from here I'll give you all one question. Just practice the 13th question and shortcut method. 20, 30, that is easy. 80, 85. Okay. Usually in board exam, how do they set students? For XI, we have two types, continuous, discontinuous. Look at the 2023 paper, 18th question. Continuous or discontinuous? Continuous. 20th question. 20th question. Continuous. What about the 2008 23rd question? Continuous one. 2020 19 26th question. Continuous. So the pattern is continuous, students. Board exam, they're just following this pattern. R.S. Agarwal is trying to give different question so that there are chances. So your hard work doesn't matter. 10th standard, if you want to put hard work, complete each and everything, it will take minimum 2 years. Not only maths, any subject, if you want to complete all the portions, it will take minimum 2 years. Smart work is important. You have to think what kind of questions they give. Based on this, I've already taught you all according to this. Whatever I'm teaching you all, 2025, 2024, 2023, 22, 21, 9, 2020, 19, almost all the question they've just followed continuous pattern. So as soon as you see the question, you should know it is continuous. Start solving. Fine. And in all this question in 2018, can you see one question they have asked us to find A value? A. Right? And is this graph question or normal calculation question, students? Is it graph or calculation question? Calculation question. In calculation question, what do we need? XI, I mean class interval or class marks? We need the single value, right? For everything we need class marks, right? What kind of question are they giving? What kind of question they are giving? Class interval or class marks? What is this? Class interval. So we need to convert. We need to convert, right? Yeah, so you have to think from the examiner, the one who sets the paper. His mindset is like that. Look, even the previous one, up to here, do we have in 2005? Can you see he's given class interval in 2005, 13th question? It's been 20 years, not 20 years, 2025 student. It's been 20 years. They've stopped giving class intervals directly. They've upgraded. They're giving you a class interval. Remember, you can't use class interval. Use class marks. Okay. So in the beginning, if I have taught you all this, you wouldn't have remembered. You won't have interest to follow. Now you would have understood. So what they do is they give all this type students continuous. Remember, it is always continuous. Along with continuous, sometimes they may give discontinuous. You can't predict, but make sure you practice continuous questions a lot. Then conversion question. You have to convert into class marks. 2018 conversion, 920 conversion, 23 conversion, 26. Not 26. Yeah, 26th question is also conversion. Everything is conversion question. Okay, so tomorrow we'll discuss tomorrow. Remaining we'll discuss tomorrow.